let me link your answer with the comment laid down by the learned speaker, Father Pereira. He made a comment that it is very easy to frame anyone in the blasphemous law and sentence that person to death. Or taking the example of Taslima Nasreen, sorry, that it is not very easy, as easy, Father Pereira has said, because if you produce a witness in the court of law, if the crime is a small crime, 2 witnesses required. If the crime is great, 4 witnesses. And if any of those 4 witnesses falter, believe me, if any of those 4 witnesses falter during cross-examination, all 4 of them receive 80 lashes each. 80 lashes. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as we take an oath in the court of Indian government. मैं सच कहूँगा, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा, and then you can lie. It's not that easy. You receive 80 lashes each. And believe me, it's very difficult to bear those lashes. It's not as easy as Father Pereira has made it sound. Hope that answers the question, brother.
Yes. No, I think we should...
Dr. Naik, Sajid Rashid, Urdu Times. हम लोग एक ऐसे मुल्क में रहते हैं जहाँ पर बहुत सारे फ़िरक़े के, बहुत सारे संप्रदाय के लोग रहते हैं और उसका अपना एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है जिसने लोगों को सज़ा देने का अपना एक मयार मुकर्रर किया है। ऐसे देश में रहते हुए क्या आप किसी को किसी भी किस्म की तज़हीक़ कुरान की मज़म्मत के लिए या उसकी गलत कहने के लिए क्या आप वो इस्लामी सज़ाएं तजवीज़ करेंगे जो इस्लाम में कही गई है, और क्या वो यहाँ पर इस मुल्क में जिसका अपना एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है क्या वो सही हो सकती हैं?
Brother has again asked a similar sort of question, that since we have different religions, can every religion follow their own law? Or suppose if anyone has abused the Quran, can you follow the Islamic law? Again, brother, let me clarify. Wherever the criminal law is in any country, you take whether Saudi Arabia, whether Iran, whether Pakistan, whether America, whether England, whether India, the criminal law has to be common. The civil law can change. The civil law can change. The criminal law in Saudi Arabia is same whether Muslim or non-Muslim. In India, the criminal law is same whether Muslim or non-Muslim. So you cannot have a different criminal law. You can give your comments, but you can give your opinion whether that person should be given punishment of 1 year or 2 years or death sentence, whatever it is, but you can't practice it because you have to practice a common criminal law. If it's an Islamic state, then you have to abide by the Quran. You cannot deviate from the Quran. But since India is not an Islamic country, we cannot implement the Quranic law where it comes to criminal punishment. Hope that answers the question, brother.
I am Maria Sresh, a religious sister, and I want to ask Mr. Sahini, Ashok Sahini Shahani, why did you translate the book Raja into Marathi?
At last, a simple question.
Well, I translated it. One thing is because I like the book. Another thing was it was some kind of an atonement, because Taslima had the courage to write the kind of book she wrote. The minorities being put to trouble, a lot of suffering, torture in her own country, which is a Muslim majority country. Whereas almost the same, or maybe to a lesser degree, there may be some difference. The same things happened in the December and January riots in Bombay. But I found that no literary person here, I'm a Maharashtrian, no Marathi author has had the courage to say that it has put us all to shame. Taslima had that courage and she did it.
Question to Dr. Zakir Naik. Of Bangladesh are themselves responsible for bringing Taslima Nasrin into the limelight by announcing hefty prices on her head if they had instead ignored her and allowed her to have her say, this issue would not have arisen at all, and perhaps it would not have come here to discuss this subject.
Brothers asked a very good question, that if the so-called, in inverted commas, Muslim fundamentalists, so-called I say, if they would not have announced the price on a head, we would not have gathered here today. I agree with you. But you put the blame on the Muslim fundamentalist, I put the blame on the media. Difference of opinion. Even if an obscure organization like BSSP, Bangladesh Sahaba Sainik Parishad, who knew of it? No one. Even if the leader of that organization, Maulana Habibur Rahman, and I do know, brother, that somebody has called for that sentence. If an obscure person, an insignificant organization calls for that sentence, why does the Indian media has to highlight it? Front page. Imagine front page news. According to the High Commission, this is I'm quoting from the Delhi newspaper, according to the High Commission of Bangladesh, he said that the amount of news that the Indian media has given to Taslima Nasreen is not even 1% of the news that's there in the Bangladesh newspaper. So you ask me, are the Muslim fundamentalists to blame? You may blame them. I would say even if they are to blame, or whether they are not, irrespective of that, I believe the journalists of India and the papers of India, they are much more wiser. So they should not have highlighted it, and neither would be here to discuss the matter. Yes, brother.
The Indian media has highlighted this issue in order to save her life, because she's the only person. She's a woman and she's helpless in front of all these religious fanatics. So the Indian media is only trying to save her life.
That's right. No, wait, please let me answer, brother, then you can continue the question. Brother, I said the Indian media tried to save from an obscure organization, insignificant Maulana Habibur Rahman. So today if you hear someone in the train saying, I'm going to kill the Prime Minister, you're going to give the headlines in your papers. No, it's a rhetoric question, brother. I don't want you to answer. Shh. Brother, please, brother, you have a right to ask a question later on. Let me complete my answer. So you said the Indian media. See, that's my opinion. My opinion can be wrong, brother. It's my opinion. I'm not saying my opinion has to be right. Some people in the audience may agree with my opinion, some people may not. So I feel that any insignificant person, suppose if maybe the call was given by the leading organization, then you have to think over it. I'm not commenting on the ban. I'm not commenting on the death call whether it's right or wrong. I'm saying, why did we have to give it headlines? Because for sensationalism. That's what I say. That's my opinion, brother. If you like it, you can take it. If you don't like it, you can refuse it. That's my opinion, brother.
I'll just add a correction. The call for the sentence to Taslima Nasreen is not that insignificant as he is trying to make out. The call has been given officially by the political party Jamaat-e-Islami in Bangladesh.
Yes.
I'm Professor Hamza Virani. I would like to ask Brother Ashok Sahani that you said that this journalists, they have put life of Taslima Nasreen in problem. And he says that Indian media is trying to save the life of Taslima Nasreen. So first you say, as a journalist, I don't know whether you are a journalist or not. No, good. So some journalists, they have put the life of Taslima Nasreen in danger, and he says that journalists are trying to save the life of Taslima Nasreen. I want to know what is right. Whether they have put her in problem or they are trying to take out her from the problem.
The problem is not that simple, of course. The problem is a bit complicated in the way, meaning the fundamentalists in Bangladesh had been itching for Taslima's head for a long time, even earlier to the interview that she gave to Statesman. And if you ask me my personal opinion,